Oval City is expected to create 20,000 jobs in Haywood County. That's less than an hour away from our city. What practical, specific ways will you get Memphians to Haywood County to get those jobs? We begin with candidate Karen Camper.
I'm passionate about what I believe Blue Oval City is going to do for this region. Not just Stanton and Haywood County, but Memphis, Tennessee. And Memphis is going to be a leader. When Blue Oval City come, we have to have a workforce that's prepared and ready. And as your mayor, I'm going to invest in that. Secondly, we have to have the infrastructure in place to move people to and from the site. So I was responsible for getting funded in the budget this past year to do a sure that everyone in Memphis who there will be a lot of supplier companies that
probably we won't see an opportunity like this again anytime soon. I think it's incumbent upon us as proposed leaders or wannabe leaders to take advantage of this opportunity, mainly by preparing our workforce. For whatever reason, we got out of workforce development approximately 8 years ago. Sad mistake. We have got to be about the business of preparing our workforce to provide that skilled ability of Ford, but the surrounding support services, they're going to need skilled workforce. And they're going to need opportunities to get those individuals to the place of work. So transportation is going to be very important. I'm willing to say to you here today, I'm going to commit to funding more transportation through MATA to ensure that our employees get back and forth to the workplace. Thank you.
Michelle McKissick.
With the new Blue Oval City project that's coming to our region, only 45 minutes if you have a lead foot, but having a workforce that is trained, that is key. But transit, that's going to be our biggest obstacle. And as a member of the MATA Transit Board, I know that we're working to improve services, but whether or not we can meet the demand by the time it starts. So something that I remember growing up, I don't know if you guys recall it, but the Betty bus, that used to go over to Little Rock when you wanted to catch a flight. So having a shuttle service and working with private companies as well, because there would be so many ancillary businesses that are going to sprout up beyond just Blue Oval City to support them. And so we need to make sure that people here in Memphis, because that's where they're going to get a greater majority of their workforce, can get that short 45 minutes. But I would love to see us also develop a regional transit system to go beyond just Memphis transit system, or Memphis area transit system, but an entire transit system for West Tennessee as well, leading up to Haywood County. Thank you.
Van Turner.
Public transportation has to be the #1 issue. We have to make sure that we are building out a plan to get workers to and from Blue Oval. And this has to be something that's done now. I've often stated in the past that we have to be working towards light rail. We have to make sure that we're connecting the dots, and we have to make sure that if an individual wants that job at Blue Oval, they can get to and from work. 2, we have to make sure that our workforce is developed. That means going into our high schools and making sure that they are prepared to take these jobs, which are paying $60,000 and $70,000 a year. Finally, we have to support Black-owned and women-owned businesses in this community. There are a number of subsidiary corporations that will be connected to Blue Oval, but Memphis has a poverty issue. And the only way that we're going to resolve crime and the other ills that we're facing in this community is we have to make sure that wealth is being created, that we're supporting businesses because they hire locally, and once we do that, we'll see the social ills resolved in this community.
Paul Young.
Yeah, Blue Oval City has an opportunity to transform this region. $5.6 billion investment, 6,000 jobs being created. They're going to create more electric vehicles in that location than anywhere else in the country. It can transform our region. There's no reason that Memphis shouldn't be the hub of innovation around electric vehicles. We should be thinking about infrastructure to support electric vehicles in our community. Right now, when we think about getting people to the jobs, we should be identifying locations maybe around Sam Cooper and Tillman where we can have shuttles that go directly to and from the facility so that our people here in Memphis can get directly there. We also should be training for those jobs right now. We need regional recruitment for more electric vehicle manufacturers. And when I say regional, that means northern Mississippi as well as eastern Arkansas. We need to know that we are competing as an economic region. It's the Memphis metropolitan area against all the other metro areas in our country.
Floyd Bonner?
Yes, thank you, Kim. I know exactly where Blue Oval is located, and some of it is located right on the edge, very edge of Fayette County as well. You can get to Blue Oval from Midtown in about 45 minutes. The state is also cutting the exit at mile marker 38, which will be called Blue Oval Parkway. I also know that the state is working on a transportation plan to get employees. You know, it was interesting yesterday. I spoke to a young man in the Douglas community who was interested in working at Blue Oval, and we talked about the problems that he would have transportation-wise to get there. So I think the shuttle bus is the answer. We have a model here that one of the corporations here in town is using. I think this is an excellent, and then work on the infrastructure to get more people, more accessibility there. Galloway will be building battery plants, and so there's going to be so many opportunities in the region and in the area.